hottest team in the land coming through.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2. And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this part of the season?
And Kevin, if I were...
He's checked in for the Spurs. Castle comes in for Barnes. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Ellis is checked in. And one thing to note, NP has vocalized his desire to be the top rookie in this class. He wants to outdo his peers every time he's on the floor.
And I love that NP is walking into this league with his sights set high. But guess what? He's got his work cut out for him. When you look at the names in this rookie class, now we get to enjoy watching him chase his dreams here in the NBA. Good luck to NP on the journey.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Naz Reid out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Ellis, and it's Conley in at the point. And with that, let's go over to DA with a report on MP.
Thanks, Kevin. As you know, there's still a lot of season ahead, but we've got a couple of opposing rookies in this one. When I asked about tonight's matchup against a fellow rookie, MP told me he's made it a goal to prove that he's the best player in this class. He's got a lot of confidence, Kevin.
A ton of confidence, David, and that's something you got to have in this NBA.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision. You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Ellis, left side. Pass to Reid. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Edwards. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And don't let Edwards' position fool you. Anthony is built like a linebacker. That upper body strength helps him down low.
The ball. Here's Bassey. Ball passes to Bassey. 5 to shoot. Here's Castle. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They're getting their first look at the season at San Antonio in this one.
And even though they're one of the top teams, they drop the season series to this squad. So sometimes matchups play a role.
Here's Paul. And the basket by Castle.
I love that basket from Castle. Heady play from the rookie.
From outside the arc. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position into the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Some great action here early as we end the first quarter. Clark in a tie. And the second quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They're playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Barnes out there with Keldon Johnson. Then it's Castle. And it's Bassey in at the 5. So that's who San Antonio starts the second round. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. Well, the Spurs with some experienced additions, bringing in Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes, their mentorship is likely just as valuable to this young roster as their contributions on the court. And with legendary head coach Greg Popovich, they're creating an environment for growth in San Antonio. They're really building things the right way, guys.
All right, Shams, we appreciate the report. Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Jacks up a 3. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got 7 points in the game.
And you can tell Castle loves the challenge, right? Accepts it there, and this time knocks it down from beyond the arc.
Ellis can't get it to go. And Barnes has got the ball here for San Antonio. Ellis finds DiVincenzo. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. And here's Ellis for 3. They get a hand on it.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
And it's out of bounds. Well, they say it was last touched by DiVincenzo. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. The Spurs second.
It was true team basketball we saw out of them. Always willing to work together, no one making himself bigger than the team.
A different look now for San Antonio. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and Jones subbed in for Barnes. Miller's checked in for the Timberwolves. Joe Ingles comes in for McDaniels. From deep, Ellis. Stolen by Jones. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
From the tip, they are not making things easy on them. Lots of steals, playing disruptive basketball.
And also, given the game is more fast-paced nowadays, I like the way they've capitalized in transition, keeping their foot on the gas.
Pass to Castle. Now, here's Johnson. Three-pointer on the way. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. It's Ellis on the wing, coming off a solid outing against Denver.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
On the wing, Johnson. Ingles covering. 6 to shoot. Johnson against Ingles. Johnson's shot is off. To the paint. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Again, the miss by Ellis.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Pass to Champagnie. Jones looking for an opening. A rebound by the Timberwolves. 1:12 left now here in the second. Ellis outside. And it's Miller in the corner. Alexander Walker finds Ellis. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Again, the miss by Ellis.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Here's Castle. He's guarded by Ellis. To end the drought. And the basket by Castle. Castle's got 6 here in this quarter.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Ellis can't get that one to fall either.
If they want to come back, he needs to be better.
Johnson, the pass to Champagnie. Here's Castle. Launches it. The shot, no good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Spurs lead by 5. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Hello, everybody. Before getting into the first half recap, let's check in on the injured player.
Having Steph on the sidelines, you lose all those points, but there's also a leadership gap now.
He's such a high IQ player. Covering for his absence is a very tall task. And you know what we like to say, Shaq. He makes it. And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Timberwolves.
Their focus on defense has been inconsistent.
And that'll do it for halftime.
And we've got making a change here. Ellis is checked in. On offense, here are the Spurs, stringing it together. They've got an 11-2 run going. So on the floor for Minnesota, Conley out there with Ellis. Then there's Reed, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's McDaniels in at the 3, the small forward. Timberwolves trail by 16. Conley, the pass to Reed, and here's Ellis for 3. Drains the three-pointer. Ellis has got 11 points.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Vassell outside. There's the pick. Pass to Barnes. Now Wembanyama. Conley grabs the miss.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Wembanyama, right side. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump. Even for him, more than a few bad breaks for him this quarter. He's struggling, and the team is following suit on the scoreboard.
A different look now for San Antonio. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. And Castle is subbed in for Paul. And a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker's checked in. And the basket is... Good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. A different look now for San Antonio. Mamu Kelishvili is checked in, and Keldon Johnson subbed in for Harrison Barnes. And then for Minnesota, Einad's checked in, and it's Joe Ingles in for Naz Reid.
And what I like about Castle's game is the versatility, right? He's a legitimate two-way threat who's willing to take on whatever role helps the team.
All alone. And that one's good. Champagnie. And the Spurs lead by 16.
As his career has progressed, Johnson has really improved as a playmaker.
On the wing, Ingles. From deep, Ellis cans it from downtown. Ellis has got 6 points in the quarter. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Castle, and the layup falls.
And the potential Castle has is intriguing. When he's scoring like this, you wonder how dominant he can be moving forward.
Ingles in the corner. Pass to Alexander Walker. Ellis surveying the D. It could go. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's San Antonio riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Keldon Johnson, and it's Castle in at the 1. That's the San Antonio foul.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
From past the arc, Einat pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 15. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Spurs. Johnson left side. Off on the layup.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you gotta look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
4 on the clock. Castle. Pass to Champagnie. Those 3-pointers off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 13. Alexander Walker on the wing. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Alexander Walker's got himself on the board with 3 there.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
To the inside. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And there's a nice playmaking element to Castle's game, especially at 6'6".
So it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that's gonna do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Welcome in to the Jalen Murphy Show. I'm your host, Jalen Murphy. I know more about sports than you do.
That's debatable.
Watch your mouth, Russ. We got a great show for you today, starting off with a...
Sorry, man. game tonight.